Is a quick look at a website that allows you to sell and find prompts for AI-generated imagery. This video is not sponsored in any way. I just wanted to create a video to share my experience for those who are interested in selling or just using the website to find prompts. The website is PromptBase, and when you arrive, you will see two buttons. One is to sell and the other is to find a prompt, and we'll do the selling later. And there's some other neat features on the homepage. You'll see featured prompts, the newest prompts that have been approved by the administrators. And then there's an additional button to click and browse, and sort of a little mission statement. What is PromptBase? Prompts are becoming a powerful new way of programming AI models like DALL-E, Midjourney, and GPT-3. However, it's hard to find good quality prompts online. If you're good at prompt engineering, there's also no clear way to make a living from your skills. PromptBase is a marketplace for buying and selling quality prompts that produce the best results and save you money on API costs. And I believe that. I think it's absolutely true. It's actually why I started selling these prompts. Is I know there's some debate on AI sort of being a very open and sharing field. But at the same time, there's people that want to come to a place like this where they can do exactly this. And I will click on Find a Prompt, and we'll see what this search page looks like. I apologize in advance. I know my screen capture doesn't capture the pull-down menus, but when you click on some of these filters for searching, you have DALL-E, Midjourney, GPT-3, PromptBase, which is the actual website that you can create AI-generated imagery on, and Stable Diffusion. And the Categories tab has everything from 3D to animals, buildings, funny stuff, futuristic stuff. So you can use those filters as you're searching for your prompts and basically get the program that you're looking for and kind of the category you're looking for. So on this page also, you can just start scrolling, and it's got all the thumbnails. Each thumbnail has either one main image or a few images of examples of the prompts that will be generated by the prompt that you purchase. So for instance, under logos, here's one of mine produced in Midjourney. It's a geometric gradient logo, and it's got the thumbnail with a few splash images. And then it's got some larger examples of the images that will be generated by that prompt if you purchase it. So you would just go ahead and go, get the prompt. You click on the button, and it brings you to a page. Essentially, it's the store page where you can purchase the prompt, and it's got more details. If you're not logged in or if you don't have an account yet, it'll bring you to a page where you can create an account, and you just need your name, email, password. Pretty simple. After you log in and the page loads, you're essentially prompted with your credit card information to input, and it tells you the price, purchase it, and you get the prompt. Using the search box is always good, so we'll do a quick search. For instance, if I was a logo designer and I wanted to just get some ideas for logos or even use these for logos, you type in logo, and here you go. You have all your options that are produced in the different programs, and then you can further refine it through the filters. But you can see there's some pretty nice options here. If I was a logo designer and I needed to get some ideas down quickly for a client, very easy to use this page. So that's why this page exists. And I think if you have been exploring with these prompts for a while now, it's definitely a good idea to try and make back a little bit of your time invested. And so next we'll take a look at selling the prompt. So selling the prompt is just as easy. After you create an account, you'll be able to go and click on the sell prompt, and it brings you to a page that looks like this. It asks for some prompt details. It'll ask you for the prompt type in this pull-down menu, and you can select. And there's a couple other options that are different between the programs. So for instance, if you click the Midjourney option, at the end, it'll ask you for your Midjourney user profile information. If you select DALL-E, it's going to ask you to make one of the images public that you've created so that it can verify it's your image and it's associated with your account. So just be aware of that. I'm just going to go ahead and do a sample upload here of a prompt that I'm already selling. But for instance, you'll give it a name. So the one I'm going to upload is going to be like a fractal fluid or abstract fractal fluid. And you try your best to give these a name that people are going to be searching for, so that it'll come up in the search results. And you give it a description, so abstract fractal fluid, and it kind of prompts you with an example of what you should write. So you can say something like generates abstract fluid images for use in desktop backgrounds or media types. And that can be as detailed or not detailed as you want. The more information, the better. It always helps people as they're kind of searching. And then there's an option for your estimated price. It asks you, what do you think the price of this prompt should be? And after you kind of look through the site, you can kind of gauge what you think your prompt would sell for. But everyone's probably going to try and click on, my prompt should be worth $5. And it's up to the administrators, they'll kind of take that into consideration. And it's really based on how often your prompt or the style of prompt is being sold at. So, just go ahead and kind of use your own discretion there. You click next, and it brings you to a page where you can paste your prompt. So you'll paste your prompt into this box. I'm just going to type in prompt. Any extra tips or examples on how to use the prompt, it asks. And so here I usually type in basically exactly what it recommends. It asks or instructs the users, you can try a 25 millimeter or a 35 millimeter camera lens. You can also say things like, try changing the type of day or try changing the color. And all of these things allow the user, I guess, just to understand how the prompt can be used, if it can be adaptable. Then it asks you to upload between 4 and 9 example images that were generated by this prompt. So just keep that in mind. Also, if you're using programs like DALL-E or Midjourney, or DALL-E specifically, if you're paying by the prompt, you'll need at least 4 images that are generated. So I'm going to click here to upload my images, and I selected them. They're uploading. And at the end, like I mentioned before, it's got your Midjourney profile. So you'll go ahead and plug that in. And when you're all done, you just click next, and it says hooray, and you click finish, and it'll let you know. If you scroll down on your page, it'll have the prompt that's pending approval. And so it brought me to my account page. These are all my prompts that I have up for sale. Some of them are still pending approval. Some of them are drafts, and some of them have been approved but are scheduled to go live. And so I'll just kind of scroll through here to kind of show you the difference. I've explored with a lot of variations on this. One of my prompts here, the futuristic succulents, is a fairly popular one. It's been viewed almost 5,000 times. I have 33 purchases on it. It's selling for $1.99. You do the math. Can I make a living on this? No, but I did spend a fair amount of time refining this prompt, and so it was nice to make back a couple dollars on it. It was actually used by The Verge. It looks like they purchased it and used my prompt for the futuristic succulent on their website, or their article about artificial intelligence and this website in particular, PromptBase. The article was professional AI whisperers have launched a marketplace for DALL-E prompts, and it's actually more than just DALL-E. But anyway, I've had a lot of fun creating these prompts. They range from futuristic succulents to modern architectural villas. They include things like modern minimal dresses, artisan cocktails, organic hillside villas, you name it. I've kind of explored the full range of items here, but really items that were interesting to me. And I think that's what's kind of cool about all of this, is that you see how different people use the AI for different things. And so when I look at my page, I'm very proud that the page looks the way it does. I'm not producing things that are kind of against my own ethics or anything like that. You guys will probably be interested in a little more facts about the selling. So we're going to jump down here to support, and they do have more information. Specifically here, I'll jump to it. The prompt sellers keep 80% of every sale, and PromptBase takes 20% of the fee. So the prompt sellers, that means you get to keep 80% of every sale. That's a pretty fair kind of percentage split. And I don't know if that's going to change in the future, but for now, it's good to kind of jump on ship while it's at that ratio. Again, you can kind of click through these. We reviewed what PromptBase actually is, what a prompt engineer is. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you kind of already know. What else is here? How long does it take for my prompt to be approved? It says prompt within 1 to 3 working days. They've been pretty good about that. I think they've gotten pretty busy, so sometimes it goes a little over, but sometimes it's a little shorter. So they've stayed true to that. How you get paid. So what I may not have showed when I generated the account was that it uses Stripe, and Stripe is a simple payout program. From what I remember, you have to log in, provide your bank account information so that it links your bank account so you can be paid directly. If you're not comfortable with that, then maybe this isn't for you. But if you are, sign up, and it's a good way to make a few extra bucks. How will I know how many sales I made? Again, through Stripe. It's got a dashboard and everything. Really simple. There's an app for it. You can log on online and check it out. Do I still own my prompt if I list it? And they say, yes, you retain all rights to your prompt and are welcome to remove it from PromptBase at any point. And, that's obviously subject to change based on laws surrounding the copyright and infringement and everything. But right now, everything is fair game. So this website is totally kosher. And, again, I'm promoting it under my own experience. And what else do they got here? I want to edit my prompt. How can I do this? So they allow you to edit it after you've uploaded it, and my country is not appearing. Well, so I'm based in the United States, so I'm sorry if anyone is trying to use this and there's any restrictions based on that, but I don't have experience, so I wouldn't be able to educate based on that. So here it is, just a couple extra notes. I have emailed the owner and the producer of this site, and there's some extra exciting things that seem like are coming down the pipeline. If you are a prompt seller, a prompt engineer, a generator, on your account page, it sounds like you'll eventually have the ability to maybe upload your own thumbnails. Right now, the administrators are controlling the generation of the thumbnails, which I think they do a pretty good job. And sometimes, the producers can be a little biased at what they think should be shown. And so it's nice actually to see the thumbnails getting generated for you. And of course, they want to do that so they can control, a page like this, their marketplace page. Kind of having a consistent look. I think if everyone was uploading their own thumbnails, it could get a little messy, but so in due time they may start allowing that. There may also start to become a rating system for some of the prompts so that you I guess, buyers, but also the prompt engineers can understand how well their prompts are being utilized, or if they're meeting the expectation of the purchasers. And then along with that, prompt engineers on their account page, it sounds like they might also get sort of a profile where there'll be more information about the prompt engineer, maybe some background information. Right now, if you do click on any of the prompts, and I'll click on another one of mine here, the futuristic botanical interiors. If you do click on that and you scroll down a little bit, it does tell you that there's a section more from this prompt engineer, and then it does list all of my prompts here. So it looks like they're already starting to organize things in a way that showcase multiple prompts from the same engineer, which is kind of cool. I would hope that someone can kind of look at all of my prompts and see that they were maybe generated by the same person. They're all in the same kind of aesthetic tone, and maybe that's not your thing. Maybe you do want to kind of stray very far, and maybe that's a better way to make more money. I don't know. I'm not necessarily in this for the money. Like I said, I just had a lot of fun generating things that were kind of important or special to me that I wanted to share. It's up to you and how you kind of want to use this. But so next we'll jump into generating prompts and images on the actual site. And so if you go back to the home page, or if you're logged in, you click on the top under the generate tab, it brings you to prompt page. And my understanding is that I believe it utilizes Stable Diffusion. I'm not certain, but if anyone knows otherwise, or if I do find out in the meantime, I'll correct myself in the description. So if you have an account, it looks like you get 10 credits, and I believe these replenish about every day. That's what it seems like it's been. After I've used them, about a day later, I get an email that tells me your 10 credits have been replenished, and you can go ahead and start creating again. Just for ease, I'm going to kind of jump to, let's see, one of my profiles here. This is my Midjourney. This is sort of a architectural chateau, and this is Dali, where I've been producing some other kind of minimal contemporary architecture. So I'll go ahead and click on this, and just for an example, I'm going to go ahead and try to see what this produces when I plug it into the PromptBase generator here. So we're going to go ahead and paste it in, click create. The generation time on it is, fairly reasonable. It's reminiscent of probably Dream Studio or Stable Diffusion. That's why I suspect that that's what it's running on. And the images that it produces are in line with that. And so they kind of take things a little more literally than Midjourney does. So here you can see some great examples. They look similar to Dali also in their sort of literal nature. And if you like these, you can go ahead and just click on it, download it, and you'll remember that if you're selling, it's going to ask you to produce at least 4 images. So you'd have to run these at least a couple times after you've refined it a little bit. But that's it's really nice that you can actually generate on this site. So I think what they're doing with the site is really great, that it becomes a marketplace, a search engine, and also the actual software that you can produce on. So let's see what else is here. I think that about covers it, actually. It's exactly like I said. It's a place to sell, it's a place to find, it's a place to generate. Go ahead, check it out. I'm going to leave a link in the description to the website. Curious to hear your thoughts. Again, it's a great place to make a couple extra bucks if you've been exploring with this for a long time in any of these programs. A great place to find prompts if you're just starting out and kind of want to make variations on any of these, and probably also a good place to find prompts if you're running a business and a creative business and generating. There's amazing images on here, amazing concepts and ideas, And the whole idea of art generated by AI is controversial, but so was digital photography when it first started, and so was film, and everything, seems to kind of have an origin story. And so if you're an early adopter of the technology and you're interested, this is definitely a place to start and to be involved in. It looks like I've been on this website for probably over a month, maybe a month and a half now. And even within that time, I've noticed a lot of population. It's become more populated with variations on images, and really good ones too. And if you are starting to sell your prompts, you may even see some prompts that are kind of fueling other prompts. So you'll start to see avatars populate, and one person may get an idea from another person, but they're never quite the same, which is really nice, because if you are searching through some of these, as if you're a designer and you're looking for something specific, it's nice to find exactly what you're looking for, or something really close to what you're looking for. And then, you can make variations for yourself, but there's a really good variety on here. I'm excited to see how it'll continue to be populated with just more variety to allow designers, better options to start from. And it's a great site. So check it out. Let me know what you think, and we'll just continue forward. Thanks. Bye.